Hey everyone, in this video I'll be showing you how I made my Slytherin tie-dye shirt. You obviously can make it into whatever Hogwarts house you're in. I also just want to say there are many different ways to tie-dye. I'm just going to show you the way I did it. I'm not going to cover all the different ways. And yeah, let's just get into the video. So first I bought this tie-dye kit. I only bought the color green. It's not like the correct green for Slytherin, but it kind of gives me this vintagey hippie vibe, which I'm totally okay with. You can obviously use yellow or black for Hufflepuff, red for Gryffindor, and blue for Ravenclaw, or all the colors to represent all the houses. So I laid down a trash bag on top of my table to protect it and started out with a damp, pre-washed 100% cotton white t-shirt. You can keep your shirt dry if you want to, it just depends on what look you're going for. Now you can do whatever tie-dye technique you want. I just laid out my t-shirt and decided to do the crumpled up technique, which basically I just scrunched up my t-shirt with my fingertips the way I wanted to, and I used rubber bands to keep it together. If you don't like this technique that I just showed, you can obviously Google tie-dye techniques and pick one out that you like the best. After I was done with the rubber bands, I placed some paper towels on top of the garbage bag that I placed on my table for extra protection. Then I placed a drying rack on top of that to prevent the shirt from sitting in pools of the dye. I also put on some gloves to prevent the dye from staining my hands. So once everything was set up and ready to go, I got my green dye bottle that I bought and I added water all the way up to the line that's on the bottle. Once I was done adding the water, I put the lid back on and shook it up so the dye can dissolve into the water. I then uncapped the bottle and applied the dye randomly around the shirt, leaving some white parts because I did want the white to show, and I'm pretty sure the rubber bands also play a factor in that as well, depending on how many rubber bands you put on the shirt, but I don't really remember. I haven't tie-dyed a shirt since like high school, which was many years ago. I flipped the shirt over and covered the other side again, leaving some white parts. I didn't end up using all the dye mixture, but I used a good bit of it. Once I was done applying the dye, I then wrapped it in a plastic bag. You can use plastic wrap or anything plastic. You just need to cover it up for 6 to 8 hours or overnight if you choose to. After about 6 hours, I took it out of the bag, and with the rubber bands still in place, I squeezed the shirt under some cool running water. Then I took the rubber bands off. You can cut them if you want to, and then I ran the shirt under some warm water until the water ran clear. I didn't film this part, but once I was done rinsing the shirt under the sink, I put it in the washer machine to the largest load setting with the hottest water suitable for the fabric I chose. I also added a small amount of laundry soap, and after I was done washing it, I put it in the dryer to dry. By the way, you should wash and dry the shirt separately for the first few washes. So once the shirt was dry, it was time to iron on the crest that I printed out on a transfer sheet. So I bought these transfer sheets that came with 5 for light fabrics and 5 for dark fabrics. I decided to use one of the dark transfer sheets to print out the Slytherin crest that I found online. You really just want to follow the directions your transfer sheets come with, because with mine, the light fabric transfer sheets require you to flip or mirror the image, but you don't have to do that for the dark fabric transfer sheets. So after following the directions my transfer sheets came with, I printed out the Slytherin crest. You can obviously print out your particular house crest. You can also print out the Hogwarts house crest if you decided to use all the colors to represent all the houses. Once again, following the directions for the dark fabric transfer sheets, it told me to cut out my image, so I did, and it told me to peel the image from the backing and place it image side up where I wanted it to be on the shirt, and I took a piece of parchment paper that it came with and placed it over the image and slowly ironed it on the hottest setting. And that's it. I'm really happy with the way my shirt turned out. I know it's not like the green for Slytherin. It's more of a bluish green, but I really like the color. I think it, you know, like I said earlier, it's kind of hippie, sort of vintagey vibe, and the crest really stands out over it. I hope you guys enjoyed this DIY and give it a try yourself. If you do try it out and want to show me, post your pictures on Instagram with the hashtag PotterThings because I would love to see. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And thanks for watching.